Okay, so now the general defense outside. Okay, what do we want to do out here? Well, the strategy that we're gonna start off our CT side with is going to be aggressive, and it's going to be up close and trying to shut them down. It's just like, when I was talking about the offense. What we want to do is shut them down at the point of attack. Okay, we want to shut them down here, here, and here. We want to just break them down so that they can't use their teamwork to their advantage. They can't surround us. We want to shut them down at the entrances. Okay. Now to do that, we got to be, number one, skilled. We have to be able to shoot them. There's going to be situations where you got to outshoot your opponent, okay? And it's just going to be you. You're going to have no support. In general, I mean, I know ladder's going to be probably 1, mid's going to be 1, alley's probably going to be 2, and the 5th guy's going to be inside. This would be a very generous defense for outside. And I'll talk about whether we want to have 3 guys out here or 4. I like to put a clamp down on outside, and so we're probably going to start with a 4 defense out here. But in both cases, you got to really shut down your point of attack, okay? And like I said with the offense, these 2 halves are going to be kind of in their own realm. These 2 guys are going to be working together, and these 2 guys are going to be working together. So don't expect help from your other guys out here, okay? In a way, you're on your own. But okay, so concerning the up front area, the front area of the yard, what you need to focus on is being aggressive and being variety, basically changing your position, okay? Because of this map, there's so many hiding places, there's so many little, we know where all the nooks are and everything, but the position is so important. Basically, intel on position is so important. The sooner the offense knows your position, the harder it is for you, basically. So what you want to do is you want to keep changing your position. You want to move. And it's going to be difficult, and it's going to require a lot of teamwork on the 2 front guys working together, okay? They're responsible for a certain area, but they're going to work together. And it's going to be fluid, and it's going to be fast. It's generally they're going to both have Colts, okay? And they're going to work together. So if you're playing back of the ladder train, okay, and you're spotting here, and you see them drop down, and maybe you throw a nade there, and you want to, you need help, or it's just a play you've talked about, this man can come out, he can throw a flash, put a smoke down, whatever, he could put a smoke down, right here, okay, and allow him to slip out and take a shot at these guys coming out here, and you can work together to shut that down, okay? That's just an example of what you can do to work together. Otherwise, he's going to be running around. He's going to be worried about his spot. He's got to cover mid, right? So he's going to be running around. He's going to be throwing nades in. He's going to be putting smokes up to hide in, however he wants to do it. But he's going to play up close, and he's going to ladder. I want him to actually be closer. I want him to be here. As a general rule of thumb, what the ladder guy is going to be doing when he spawns is he's going to be running out here. He's going to throw a flash to mid, buy time, and basically reach this point. Because at this point, you're going to have the edge on any T that's going to drop down here. You're going to spot him before he can get his feet on the ground, get him and let him have a good shot. And so he's going to run in, he's going to try and shoot them as they drop. That's kind of his general game plan. and some rounds he's going to be under the ladder, looking up. He's got to be quick. He's got to be very fast and able to move for this ladder guy. And same thing with mid. He gets in trouble, maybe he can call on this guy who'll turn and look down this way. Okay, so up front they're going to be playing together, and it's going to be switching position, because if they get a bead on you, like if the offense is spotting and he sees this guy here, he can either get a shot on him and let these guys know where he's at. It's going to help them out in a big way. Okay, so same thing with alley. Alley defense, I mean, you guys in a way have the advantage here. Definitely an opper. One person down here needs to be opping this alley. It's just a strong position, and have this guy backing you up. Or if you're alone, you should be able to handle that. Worst case scenario is if they're beating you here, like up close when you're playing at the barrels or wherever you want to play, you can fall back and just buy time. Like shut this down and buy time for these guys to either get a kill at these spots, or yeah, basically trying to kill them. Because if they can succeed and if they can shut these spots down, if they end up killing their men, alley is screwed, just like I was talking about. All of a sudden, these guys who control, we killed mid, we control it now. Now I just got to look down here. Same with this guy. You can come back. This guy doesn't have to play up close anymore. He can come back. And, if they're coming out of here, it's going to be very difficult if they have no support. So take away their support, and it'll be a lot easier to take that if you're getting work there at alley. So like I say, you're going to be playing up close, you're going to be aggressive. But then there's going to be situations where, okay, I'm getting beat up close. Like this guy's picking me every time, right? So you got to switch it up, and you got to play back. And once it's going to be difficult playing back. I think it's gonna be a little tougher, because just think back about the train scrims you've played, and if the T's are out here in full force, which is what we want to do, and they've got eyes looking down, it's just such an incredible pressure on the defense. I don't feel safe. It's like they're out there, they're in the yard, we're in an open area. It'll be tough. It'll be tough because suddenly your position, it's going to be, you can't really be up here if they're controlling this whole front side. You're going to be taking on a 3v1 if you're just left out here to dry. So you got to change your spot. You got to get back. And generally CTs, you're going to fall back to here, here, and here. This is like their safe zone. And one CT may be out to dry here because he's going to get pushed up on. So it's difficult playing back in terms of containing the offense. But if this case arises and we can't even kill them up close, what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be difficult, but our hand will be forced in this, is we're gonna have to basically get our picks and play defensive. Use our ops, so we gotta save for ops. That's why money is so important on this map. CT side, you gotta have op support. This is an op map. So you gotta have your ops, trying to get a pick, like wait here, try and get a pick as they cross over, and then falling back, don't get too aggressive. The specifics I don't have to go into. It's like there's a ton of different spots we can play, but it's just really difficult if you can't control the up close areas up here. And in a way, you just have to try and get a pick and fall back. Like an example would be this bomb train guy, right? If he's the ladder guy, I get an op. I play right here. I look at that little thin crack that I'll see when he drops down. Get a pick and just come back. Just start picking away at him. Try and pick away. And then you know, you could have 3 guys out here and 2 dedicated guys working a flank, and they could either come down the ladder or keep pushing out, you know, if these guys are buying time. And so that's kind of, that would be like a retake setup. Like if we have to play distance, it's going to be more of a pick, fall back, retake. Okay? That's going to be kind of the general idea if we have to do that. We don't want to do that. We want to play up close. But if we have to, it'll be defensive.